Hello everyone, in this video we are going to solve a Leetcode problem, that is concatenation of array, and the topic of this is array only. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to solve a Leetcode problem, that is concatenation of array. It is an easy level problem, so let's get started. Given an integer array nums of length n, so this array nums is given to you, and the length of this array is n, which is here equal to 3. Now you want to create an array ans of length 2n. That means your n in your first test case is 3. That means your ans should be 6, right? Twice of n. Where your index of your new array is equal to nums of I, and index of new array here I plus n will be equal to nums of. Okay, so what this says is that a nums array is given to you and you have to create ans. So whatever is the length of your nums, your length of the ans should be double of nums. So here, as you can see, nums length is 3, so the length of ans should be 6. If here it would be 4, then the length of ans would be 8, right? So this is what it says. Now there's a condition, ans of I should be equal to nums of I. So this is your nums and this is your ans for this sample test case. This element, that means this ans of I, if I is equal to 0, then ans of 0 should be equal to nums of 0, which it is. Then if I is equal to 1, then ans of 1 should be equal to nums of 1, it is. Okay, then if suppose your I is equal to 0, we have done for 0, for 1, now 2. If ans of 2, this ans of 2 is 1 and nums of 2 is also 1, right? So this is the condition that this is the first condition, right? Now it says ans of I plus n. Here your n is 3, right? So I for the first case I is 0. So 0 plus 3 will give you ans of 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. That means this, right? So your ans of 3 should be equal to nums of I. Nums of I will remain 0 only because here it was 0 and your n was 3. That's why it came to be 3. But here it is 0. So nums of 0 is this one. So as you can see, this one and this one are equal. Again, if your I is 1, then it will become 4. It was 3 already. So I is 1, now it's 4. So ans of 4 is this. And your nums of 1 is 2. So it is equal. Okay. Moving on to the next step. Your n here is already 3 and your I now has become 2. So 3 plus 2 gives you 5. So ans of 5 is this, and nums of I was 2 and this was 3. So nums of 2 will be 1, right? So this is what it means by this condition, that ans of I equal to nums of I, and ans of I plus 1 I plus n equal to nums of I. Now there are two different methods to solve this, right? So let me first introduce you the first method, that is we are creating a new vector ans, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to use a for loop, right? Sorry, this is 0, and here I'm writing int n is equal to nums dot size. Whatever is the size of num, till there only you can iterate, right? And because we're iterating in nums here. So what we will do here is we'll push back. We have answer, right? Answer is the new vector that we created. In our answer, we'll just simply push back our nums of I. Why have we done this? Because first 3 elements are same as nums of I, right? So what we are going to do is when your I is equal to 0, that means nums of 0 will be pushed back here, right? Then in the next step, when I is equal to 1, that means nums of 2 will be pushed back. Then when I is equal to 3, the nums of 3 will be pushed back. That means your array is ready. Your new array is ready till here. Now our next step is to again push back this nums, right? So what we are going to do is, again we'll use for loop till n, and just keep in mind that your n here is nums dot size. That means whatever is the size of num, till there only we will iterate. So again what we are doing is we are pushing nums of I again in our answer, right? So after this step, our this much array was complete. Now after this step, again when I is equal to 0, nums of 0 will be pushed back in your answer. That means till here we are done. When I is equal to 1, your 2 will be pushed back till here. When I is equal to 3, your I just 1 will also be pushed back, right? So your entire ANS is created. Now since it is created, we'll just return our ANS, because we have to display it also. And now if we run this, okay, let's submit. It has been accepted. Let's submit. Okay, our answer is correct. So this was the first method where we have used 2 for loops, right? So now let's see our another method, right? Okay, or let me just put it as comment, right? So that you can refer to this afterwards. Okay. Now, what I'm here doing is I'm not creating any other array. The difference between the previous solution and the new solution is that previously I've created this new vector. Here I'm not creating any new vector. What I'm doing is I'll just simply use a for loop. Int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. And of course here this n will be till nums of I. Okay, so I'm not creating any new array here. What I'm doing is we have our this much array created already, right? So what I'm doing is I'll push back nums of I in our nums, and I'll return my nums, right? So what we have done is that we already have this much array prepared for us. What we need is again to push back this much. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing this this one to one. After this 1 to 1 only, I'm pushing this nums in nums only, right? So that's how I've created our output array, and I've returned nums. So as you can see, the solution is accepted. And now if I submit this, it has submitted also, right? That means all the test cases are passing. So these are the two solutions, and you can see whatever seems fit to you. Otherwise, you should understand the concept of both the solutions since you're a beginner now.